This lesson is on proportions. A proportion is a mathematical equation stating that two ratios or rates are equivalent. For example, the ratio 12 to 24 is equal to the ratio 1 to 2. These are proportional. They're equivalent, they're the same, they're equal. Here you have the two rates. $2 to 10 pence is equal or proportional to $6 for 30 pence. These are proportional or equivalent rates. Go ahead and pause the video and write down in your notes the definition for what a proportion is. There are different ways to determine if the relationship between two quantities is proportional, between two rates or two ratios. One way is by examining their unit rates. For example, if we have the rate 20 miles in 5 hours and the rate 45 miles in 9 hours, and we want to know if they're proportional or if they're equivalent, we can find each of their unit rates. And if they're equal, then they're proportional. So the first step is to write each rate in fraction form. So 20 miles to 5 hours, 45 miles to 9 hours. Then you're going to find their unit rates. If you'll recall, unit rate means that second part of the rate, this hours, we want to be equal to 1 hour. We want to change it from 5 to 1. Same thing here. We want to change the 9 hours to 1 hours. So to do that, we divide. We divide by 5. That will give us 1 hour. What we do to the bottom, we do to the top. So we divide both by 5 and we get 4 miles to 1 hour. On the second rate, we're going to divide by 9. 45 divided by 9 is 5. 9 divided by 9 is 1. So our two unit rates are 4 miles to 1 hour and 5 miles to 1 hour. They are not the same. Even though the hours are the same, their miles are different. 4 miles, 5 miles, they're not equal. Therefore, these two rates are not proportional. We're going to work some examples together, and I'd like for you to go ahead and put these examples in your notes. If you need to pause the video to catch up on your writing, please do so. Our first example is A, $21 for 3 t-shirts and $35 for 5 t-shirts. Are these two rates proportional? Are they equal? Step 1 is to set up your rate in fraction form. Then find the unit rate. We want to change from 3 t-shirts to 1 t-shirt, so we divide both the top and the bottom by 3, and we get a unit rate of $7 per t-shirt. Now we'll do the second rate. We set it up in fractional form, $35 per 5 t-shirts. We divide by 5, and we get a unit rate of $7 per t-shirt. Both of our unit rates are $7 per shirt. They're equal, therefore they are proportional. Example B, 60 pages in 3 days, 90 pages in 6 days. Again, first step is to write it in fractional form. Write each ratio in fractional form. Then find the unit rate. To do that for the 60 pages to 3 days, we divide top and bottom by 3 and we get a unit rate of 20 pages per day. Do the same thing for 90 pages per 6 days. You divide by your 6, both top and bottom, and we get a unit rate of 15 pages per 1 day. So both are unit rates, both are per day, but this one, the first rate is 20 pages and the second rate is 15 pages. They're different, therefore they are not proportional. They are not equal. Okay, letter C, 10 bracelets for 5 friends and 12 bracelets for 4 friends. Are these two rates proportional? Are they equal? Go ahead and pause the video, work this problem on your own. When you have the answer, come back and see if you have it correct. Okay, let's see how you did. 10 bracelets for $5. The unit rate should have been 2 bracelets per friend, and the unit rate for the 12 bracelets would be 3 bracelets per friend. No, they are not proportional. 2 bracelets, 3 bracelets, they're not equal. If a unit rate is not easily found, we can use the scale factor to determine if the rates are proportional. So we have the rates 3 free throws made out of 7 attempts and 9 free throws made out of 14 attempts. We want to know if these two are proportional. Are they equivalent? So we've set them up. Each rate is set up in fraction form. This time Well, if you look, 3 to 7, to find the scale factor, we would have to divide by 7, but we can't equally divide 3 by 7. It's just too difficult. It would go into a decimal number. It's not easily determined. So we're going to try our second method, which is using the scale factor. Okay, first look at your 7 attempts. We want to go from 7 to 14. What is our scale factor? How can we go from 7 to 14? Well, we can multiply by 2. 7 times 2 is 14. And as you'll recall, same as we do with fractions, whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. We have to multiply the top by the same scale factor. So if we multiply our 3 times 2, will that give us 9 throws? No. 3 times 2 is 6, not 9. Therefore, these two rates are not proportional. Go ahead and stop the video. I would like for you to write down the second method of determining if rates are proportional. Do the example, and when you're done, go ahead and go on to the next page. Okay, let's do some more examples. We have $90 for 6 DVDs and $45 for 3 DVDs. Are these proportional? Step 1, set them up. Set up your proportion in fraction form. $90 for 6 DVDs, $45 for 3 DVDs. Are they equal? That is the question. Well, let's take a look. What kind of scale factor can we use? We can go from 6 to 3 DVDs by dividing by 3. So do the same thing to the $90. 90 divided by 3, does that equal 45? No. 90 divided by 3 equals $30, not $45. Therefore, these two rates are not proportional. Okay, write down this example in your notes. 12 girls out of 16 students, 4 girls out of 8 students. Are they proportional? Set up your proportion. When you set up your proportion, what you're really doing is you're writing the first rate and you're putting an equal sign in the middle and writing the second rate. And then I always put an equal sign or a question mark because I'm trying to determine if it's proportional. That's my question. Okay, so using the scale factor, I'm going to go backwards. And I'm going to go from 8 students to 16 students by multiplying a scale factor of 2. Do the same thing. 4 times 2, does that equal 12? No, it does not. Therefore, these two rates are not proportional. They are not equal. Okay, I'd like for you to go ahead and do this last example on your own. Set up your proportion, find the scale factor, use the scale factor, determine if they're equal. Once you have your answer, come back and check. Okay, your proportion should look like this. $15 for 5 packs, $30 for 10 packs with an equal sign in between. Let's see if they're proportional or equal. So use the scale factor of 2. 5 times 2 gives us $10. Then use the same scale factor for 15. 15 times 2, does that equal $30? Yes, it does. Therefore, these two rates are proportional. You will have 2 homework check questions for tonight. This is the first one. You'll want to pause the video on each homework check to give you time to answer your questions. You'll want to answer them on a sheet of paper that you'll turn into class tomorrow. Homework check number 1. The ratio of girls to boys in the 6th grade band is 3 to 4. Which of these shows possible numbers of the girls and boys in the band? Now, the ratio of girls to boys is 3 to 4. This 3 represents the girls. The 3 is listed first in the ratio. Up here, girls is listed first. So it's 3 girls to 4 boys. That's your first rate. Which one of these rates is going to be proportional to the 3 to 4? That's what you're trying to solve. And homework check question number 2. Which of the following shows an equivalent way to show the cost of the tomatoes? An equivalent or a proportional way. So the tomatoes are 6 for $4. Which answer choice is proportional or equal to the 6 for $4? And that concludes tonight's lesson.